Hi, my name is Cindy Suto, and I'm here to talk about the National Lunch Program and how it can indirectly affect teaching. Are the students hangry? Hangry means being bad-tempered or irritable as a result of hunger. This is a look at the school lunch program today in my local public school and how missing meals can indirectly affect teaching. Have you seen hangry students in your school? How do you feel when you are hungry? How do you think the kids feel when they are hungry? My opinion about free lunches and breakfasts has been evolving since I have been substitute teaching in my local public school. My observation is that missing meals may cause students to be irritable, which can lead to disruptions in class and affect the learning and teaching process. It is not based on reliable market data, only my observations. Problems with being hangry. Last year, one elementary student told me her friend was hangry because her friend didn't eat lunch. I'd never heard the word hangry before, but I soon started hearing it more often. Even a principal interrupted a class to remove a student because she heard the student was hangry. As a substitute teacher in my local public middle school, I saw kids line up for snacks at a vending machine to get chips for their lunches instead of lining up in the lunch line. I didn't think that chips alone would fill the growing middle school students. I asked one student why he didn't eat a lunch, and he just shrugged and said he didn't need to eat lunch. I didn't believe him. Some of these same students who were not eating lunch were also known to misbehave in class and spend time in in-school suspension and in out-of-school suspension. It made me wonder, why aren't they eating lunch and breakfast, and if these kids might be hangry. First, to look back at the history of the school lunch program in the United States. It actually started in Boston and Philadelphia and grew to other major cities prior to the Great Depression. But it wasn't till the Great Depression that the federal government stepped in, and in the early 1930s, farmers were facing financial ruin thanks to price collapses. Laborers were having extreme difficulty finding work, and poor children were experiencing increasing malnutrition and hunger. School lunch programs emerged as the perfect solution to all three problems. So, using many of the arms of the President Roosevelt's New Deal, the federal government purchased surplus crops from farmers and employed thousands of women to cook and serve these food items to hungry students. By 1941, federally supported school meal programs were operating in all states. But the school lunch program was not a permanent mandate. When the food supplies dwindled and labor became scarce during World War II, the number of school meals served declined. Recognizing the benefits of keeping children well fed and healthy, in 1946, Congress passed the National School Lunch Act. It was signed by President Truman and it was authored by Senator Russell from Georgia. It is hereby declared to be the policy of Congress as a measure of national security to safeguard the health and well-being of the nation's children and to encourage the domestic consumption of nutritious agricultural commodities and other food by assisting the states through grant in aid and other means in providing an adequate supply of food and other facilities for the establishment, maintenance, operation, and expansion of nonprofit school lunch programs. And then in later decades, the program expanded to feed more children in more ways. Eisenhower and Nixon both increased the budgets for school lunch programs, while the School Nutrition Act of 1966 added more subsidies for low-income children, as well as school milk and school breakfast programs. The school lunch program at public schools today. Students can apply for free and reduced lunches and breakfasts with the federal government through their local schools. Some schools with a large poverty rate qualify for free lunches and breakfasts for the entire student body. A change in the free lunch status arrives at our school district. During the summer, I found out that our school district would no longer be able to give everyone a free lunch and breakfast this year because we were losing our classification for free and reduced lunches and breakfasts for all students. There is a problem with this. Our school demographics don't appear to be changing to match this status change. Complacency. In our school district during the free meal status, parents did not have to fill out the forms for free and reduced lunches. So they kind of got used to this. For 10 years, they didn't have to fill out the forms. But now we need parents to fill out the forms and just to qualify to receive the free and reduced lunch. But there are complications with the process. Some parents are afraid to fill out government forms. Some don't have the internet access and won't visit a school to fill out the forms. Can be transportation issues and language barrier issues. And no matter how convenient a school system tries to make it for parents to fill out the free and reduced lunch meal form, some parents just don't complete them. So that can mean kids will not qualify for free meals. So there's a solution to this. It's time to evolve to the next stage of providing a free breakfast and lunch for all students, no matter their ability to pay, to improve the learning and teaching environment in our school district by having healthy, well-fed students who won't misbehave because they are hangry. If we really want students to behave in school, to graduate from school, and to perform their best, we need to provide the healthiest school environment possible and to make sure all children do not go hungry while attending school. And to do that would be to provide free breakfast and lunch to all children, regardless of their ability to pay. When kids are not hungry, then they can focus on learning. If they're distracted from hunger pains or wondering how much more time until they can get something to eat, it's too difficult to focus on the lessons and it makes it more difficult to teach. Some of my references were the website for the National School Lunch Program, article in Time Magazine about school lunch in America, and also an article from PBS Food, which was the history of lunch in the U.S. Thank you.